Comfortable Universe with Dr. Pete. Science is stuck. Science is not looking at the right stuff to define the beginning of the universe. It's doing just the opposite. It's looking at today's universe. I love this weather. And trying to extrapolate, or whatever the word is, backwards. Look backwards from the beginning, from today's universe to the beginning. The universe didn't follow those rules. The universe did what it wanted to when it started, and it's only found its way to today's universe, today's laws of physics. The laws of physics are not locked and fixed and canon, and I'm afraid science is acting like it is, or at least trying to figure out how to extend and change the existing laws. Science will, I am claiming, science will never get to the answer of the origin of the universe that way. The answer is unfortunately beyond science. It's in an unobservable realm. It's somewhere back there where the laws of physics were different. And we'll never be able to figure out exactly how the laws of physics started the universe. We can only toy with various possibilities, various stories. And it's telling stories. It's the only way it's going to ever get so-called answered. The answers are more or less in our dreams. Okay, that's introduction for a more rambling talk on this exact subject in just a minute. So thank you. Love this weather. I love snow. I love it. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Yay, we are recording. Dr. Pete at the Comfortable Universe headquarters here at the Cloister at Three Creeks, and I'm trying to nail down just the most basics, and let's just talk about how the universe began and why science is giving us this powerful set of clues that it started not with our existing laws of physics, the laws of quantum mechanics and the laws of general relativity that govern everything we have around us today that we can see. The clue is this simple fact that the harder science tries to figure out how things got started, generating a rule that describes the very beginning of the universe based on the laws of physics and the laws of quantum mechanics and general relativity that we know about, which we know aren't exact, aren't the full answer to everything, and can't even be solved. So complicated that they can't even be solved. Back when the universe began, these extrapolations, these efforts to try to describe what started the universe, whether they call it grand unified theories or the theory of the instanton, the thing that began the universe, they're all so complicated. They require, the grand unified theories require extra particles to be added to the mix rather than simplifying and unifying things into a more compact, tiny individual set of rules. The other thing that has been able to identify quantum gravity, or the way to unify quantum mechanics with gravity, called string theory or M theory, which is really just sort of another way of defining string theory. They are adding complications out the yin-yang. We're getting instantons of multiple types. We're getting multiple vacuums, many different, almost infinite different kinds of vacuums that string theory gives us. It's just saying, look, what you've got, what you're starting with, the laws of physics aren't what the universe started with. The universe, we are strongly arguing, started simple. Why not? Why would it start with something so complex that, you essentially have a multiple, infinite number of varieties of vacuums that started it? There's a master vacuum. It's the big V vacuum. I'm shouting, and maybe that's not the right way to do it, because it's a quiet, peaceful, comfortable kind of thing. A simple, single, chaotic vacuum pre-exists the universe. Our universe came out of it as a simple, quiet, sort of a lack of excitation from it, out of the vacuum, where the vacuum created a random fluctuation of quietness in its general roiling chaos. Single universe, baby germ universe formed, almost immediately found ways to self-replicate, because the idea of inflation itself is the most simple form of inflation is a self-replicating, infinitely expanding universe, expanding so fast little bubbles come out of it, but between the bubbles it's continuing to expand and expand. Inflation is self-replicating itself. So the simplest thing is a tiny little germ universe that started and self-replicated and started with laws that only it knows at this point, and there may be just any number of possible ways that it could have started, but it wasn't the laws of physics that we have. The laws of physics that we have came from this self-replicating process, self-selecting things that worked best. So you start simple. You start with a single amoeba, a little single cell, just like life. I mean, that's the analogy to life is just so seemingly natural to fit this description of the process. Single cell evolves and creates more complexity as it travels down this path, adjusting the laws of physics until we get what we have today, which is a human being-like, incredibly complex universe with a whole zoo of particles, 17 basic ones, and a whole mess of laws governing them. Most of those particles don't even show up today in our quiet, sort of settled down universe where everything has shaken out so that we are comfortably living in it. But it started simple, it got complex over an evolution, not just of the evolution of stuff, but the evolution of the laws governing the stuff. Am I making any sense? Isn't this just kind of the most obvious, simple way to describe the origin story? I think so. and that's our Song of Everything story, the comfortable universe. All right, I have shouted and rambled, and I'm trying to get my point through. I don't know if I have yet. I'll probably come up with different ways of saying it, but science is giving us the evidence that our complicated universe is complicated, and a simple universe started somewhere else and came to via a transition, multiple transitions, many paths, many steps down a single path, and probably branching paths going in many other directions, probably many possible origins. Simple to getting more and more complicated. That's our Song of Everything, and that's my case for today. All right, thank you very much for listening. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.